Welcome to my channel. This is Mario Lord, also known as Real Estate Guru PK. On this channel, we talk about my real estate endeavors. We also have the top real estate producers and the top entrepreneurs in the country. Be sure to click the link below with Justin P with his Support Black Colleges marketing course. Also with Jason White's Crack the Code affiliate link, click that below as well. Also to support the channel, Webull, M1 Finance, Chase, Discover, Robinhood, and Public, a stock trading app. We hope you enjoyed this episode. This is Real Estate Guru PK signing out. We got a special guest. We got Miss Holly Cotton. How you doing?
I'm great.
Okay.
Woke up today. I have no complaints.
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Miss Cotton?
Sure. I love
Is that your real name, Holly Cotton?
It is.
It's like
That's
a perfect name. I'm
Why
like,
would
Holly
I
Cotton.
ever pick that? I know.
Yeah,
No.
it is a cool name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone, and it's
It
funny.
has a good ring to it.
Yeah, someone asked me that not long ago, and they were like, "Is that your real name?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Of all the names I would pick, Holly Cotton would not be one of
It
them."
sounds very wholesome.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, that's me. No, so really simple. Holly Cotton. Spent my life as a career woman. I'm a nurse. I have a master's degree in nursing, college professor. I also teach nursing as well as entrepreneur, several little things that I do. I'm a media personality. I have my own podcast show, Holly Cotton Conversations. And but I do a lot of stuff, red carpet events, influencer. So I get invited to a lot of things and bring the vibes and stuff like that. So yeah.
What do y'all talk about on your podcast? What's the conversation, or is it all over the place?
It's all over the place. But so my whole mission in life is to be the change. So whenever I have people on my show, it's someone that's doing something, that's living that. So I try to use my voice to highlight what it is that you're doing. I try to pull out how you did it, what you accomplished, and also give tools to other people, because I think a lot of times when people are successful, they forget or they don't want to kind of tell people that the plan that they that they used or what it is. So I try to ask my questions to make sure I can pull out some stuff to educate other people and, like I said, be the change.
I see you got a stack of books with you. So are you an author?
I am, yes. I have 5 books. And so let me just show all my books right here, like how they do like this, but this is money every day without me having money. But yes, no. So I started my first book, 2019. The end of 2019, I decided to write a book. So my story kind of started on this path where I am. 2012, I was diagnosed with cancer. So I went through that whole process, which a lot of people do, and either you take that journey and you either inspire other people and tell the story, or you bury it and you never talk about it again. So for me, I was like, I know which way to go with it. Do I really want to talk about it? I got tired of people always talking about it, asking me about it. So there was a period where I was like, I don't even want to talk about cancer anymore. And then finally 2019, I was like, you know what? I should write a book. I've told this story so many times about my journey. I'm a huge breast cancer advocate, also being a nurse. All of this. So I was like, why not make a book about it? So the beginning of 2020 really is whenever I figured out how to distribute my first book, and then it was like a hit. And I would have people still to this day that send me emails, other countries, Greece, Romania, like my book's like all over the world, because of course they print it in different languages.
What was the book about?
It's about cancer.
Okay.
It's about my autobiography about cancer. It's called Strong More Than Muscles. And then that was pretty much how I just started going down this whole entrepreneur path, because I wrote that book, and then I started getting into these rooms and people. Now I'm on panels. Now I'm doing this. Now I'm speaking. Now I'm a motivational speaker. Now I'm a life coach. Now I'm doing all of these things, and I'm like, wow. So really, kind of just started on a whole new path in 2020 when I wrote my first book, and then now I have 4 other books after that. But yeah, that's how I started.
What about the other 4 books?
So my second book is called Day One, A Guide to Identifying, Organizing, and Executing Any Goals, which is because I had a lot of people who, after I wrote my first book, they were like, how do you have time? How do you have all these jobs? How do you work out every day and be a parent and do this and still have time to make a book about it? And I was like, because you have to have this and this and this. So I started doing that when I would be on panels, and it was like everything that I talk about, now I monetize as a book. So instead of just always giving free information, I'm also like, and if you want to know a little bit more, get my book about that. So then that's what day one is. And I always have a catchphrase that, like, whatever day you decide to start, whatever it is that you want to do is your day one. So make today your day one, make tomorrow your day one, whatever it is. So of course, day one was that. And then I have a ebook and an e-course that went along with that. And then after that, I had, so every year, basically, since then, I've had a book. And then last year, my book was Somebody's Wife or Not, which is the one that we were talking about. And so that's a book about self-love and single life. And it's basically talking about just my whole, just being a mental health advocate, and my whole mission, I guess, to kind of find yourself, love yourself, do that. Because not everyone wants to be somebody's wife. And there's the pressure of being in a relationship that calls people to settle. And it's not just for women. It's, husbands, men as well. So I have funny little scenarios in there that talk about, different things or whatever, and men that thought now they crying because the girl broke their heart, and now the girl is like doing stupid stuff for that. And then January, I decided, because now what does everybody want to know? How do I write a book? No worries, I got you. Ink and imagination. So I wrote a book about that. And then every year, because I think that my whole goal of being the change, I have to also do things to motivate people, because people are following me. They see me as an influencer. So now I also have a book that's called Your Mind, Your Magic, which is affirmations for teens. And that's kind of what my goal this year is mental advocacy for adolescents and teenagers. So I think every year it's important to have initiative and be vocal about it and be public, just as public as I am of going to events and getting flued out and doing all of this. I also want to be vocal about however long I have this clout that's following me, how can I use it to also impact the most amount of people?
That's great.
Give me an affirmation that I can use to empower myself. I think it's a good idea. You got to talk to yourself positive, because if you don't, who will?
Well, and that's the thing, and so my affirmation anthems for teens is way different than affirmations for just regular adults. So
give me one for a teen. So an example.
I don't even know. I like a lot of teens go through body dysmorphia, right? So I talk about that all the time, because they think they're ugly, they have acne, they're overweight, nothing is wrong with them. But so I have like a little scenario, and then it's like, I am more than my reflection. My worth goes beyond the surface. I celebrate the uniqueness that makes me who I am. So they can take that and they can look at it and they can do it. And I am more than my reflection. Don't let that define you. Yeah. So that's just some little
little tidbits.
Yeah, I love that, because I feel like in your teen years is when you face a lot of those battles, insecurity, I'm not good enough, trying to be cool, and
and not only that, but we're living in a generation now of where kids and young adults and going through that teenage phase is so much. They're doing so many more things at a younger age than we did. Like, I can tell you, I didn't get my heart broken till probably I was in like my 20s, and so, I remember like just hearing my kids talking about high school stuff, and they're already in, sixth grade, already crying about being in a toxic relationship. But it's crazy, because it's like, what the hell? I didn't even know about this. I just found out about toxic like 5 years ago, and y'all are already dealing with it in sixth grade. So there's definitely a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure on just growing up quicker and not embracing being a youth and feeling like that. So again, you have the body dysmorphia. Now I have to go and wear makeup and do products and do this and do that. Like, no one, they eyelashes already. Like, you haven't even done anything in life, and you already got eyelashes and eyebrows and
makeup. And
I think it's a lot tougher for the generation today because of what's being marketed. Like, you have these toxic relationships being glorified, like Krishan and Blueface.
Oh gosh, yes.
Just like the eyelashes. I didn't, I was back in school a while ago, but not when social media was like huge the way it is now. So I could only imagine now.
Yes, that and I can tell you, because I also because as a nurse, being a nurse for so long, I've pretty much done nursing in every genre. And I was a high school nurse at one of these elite high schools in Cypress, Texas. And so just there, like the girls would come in and they would have anxiety attacks and they would actually have to take an Ativan and do all, like go and cry because someone posted something on Snapchat about them. And they were like, like one girl, she literally, she overdosed in the bathroom. It was one nurse to like 3,000 students, worst job I ever had. But, and so whenever we found out what was going on, someone was recording her doing how the teacher makes you stand in front of the class, and she messed up on whatever the project was, and they had Snapchatted it, and then everyone was like making fun of her on Snapchat for messing up the speech or something, and she went in the bathroom and like tried to overdose on some medication.
Oh, goodness.
Wow.
I know. I was like, girl, do this at home, not at school. I get off at 2:30. You got me here. It's 4:00.
So did she die or no?
No, they found her. A lot of times they do that for attention as well. Like they don't really know, what it was. But yeah, I definitely had to stick my finger down her throat, make her throw up. Yeah, called 911. Yeah.
Did you give her CPR?
I didn't. She wasn't unconscious. CPR is if you're not breathing or you don't have a heart rate. So I didn't have to do CPR. Just had to, it's more of just cognition. She was out of it.
Do you have boys or girls?
I have a son and a daughter.
You have a son and a daughter. Do you raise them differently? Or everything is equal?
No, I do.
Whatever I do for my son, I got to do for my daughter.
Okay, I'll be honest. I do that. I don't pick sides, but I do know that they each have their own personalities, and so I might have to overcompensate certain things for one. One might be a little more sensitive about certain things, whatever. But as far as
Who's
rules,
older?
My son.
Okay.
So, but
don't you feel like you got to protect your daughter way more than your son?
I used to, but I think now that I have given her what she needs, I feel safe in knowing she's going in the world with what she has. Like, I wanted her to definitely toughen up because it's hard out here, especially as a minority woman. Like, nobody gives a crap. You better get it together because nobody's coming to save you. Now, that's great if someone does, but I need you to get out of that life, that thought process that's what your goal is. Like, I'm going to marry a person and he's going to take care of me. He's going okay, so if that doesn't come, what's take two? Because the chances of that happening are slim, So it's more of like, okay, so I need you to get it together. And then my son, I need you to know how to lead a household. I need you to know how to be the man that someone like your sister needs. So again, it's the same thing, but it's just different ways of teaching that information. Because I don't want my daughter to be so masculine that now she doesn't know how to submit to her man, or she doesn't know how to soften when appropriate, because a lot of times you get so caught up in being, I'm the independent woman and tough. But that's great when you're alone. But now whenever you guys come together with whoever your partner is, now you have to have that exchange of energy that's appropriate for that relationship.
I got a question about your daughter. We were just talking about this. Would you want your daughter to marry for love or for money?
Money.
Period.
She was quick.
Yeah, love is...
Love fades.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And even okay.
I say both. For me, I think both.
I didn't get both. I got either or, A or B. Y'all didn't say both.
I'm not mad at you because I was explaining why before, and he's just like, nah, love. My mom did it. We did it. I was like, all right.
Yeah, and love is great because love will help you go through.
Love with a prenup.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's hard. But love will help you navigate situations better than if you're just marrying for money. So love is great, but I do think that if you have enough like characteristics, you can grow with love. But if you marry someone that doesn't, and when I say for money, even if you have the money mentality, like I always say, I need you to have the same grind as me. I need you to have the same hustle mentality as me.
Yoked.
Like you got, like you cannot come and not have the same mindset. Now that's great. If you don't want to do that, you're just not the person I need to be with. That's great for you over there. But to be Mr. Holly Cotton, no. like we got
change the last name.
Yeah. No, but no.
My last name.
Yes, but I'm staying Holly Cotton. That's okay. But
So you gonna put a hyphen on the cotton? Or you
no,
She's
hell
already wrote
no.
books.
No, that's
She's a brand name now.
So tell me
thank
something.
you.
So
That's
hold
what
on.
I just told someone.
So you're not adding his name at all?
No, okay. So I've already done the marriage thing. Like I've already done the marriage thing.
Yeah.
I don't want to, I don't like telling people my age and all of that. So I'm not putting years on anything. But I've already done that. I've lived that life. I did what I was supposed to do. I was the mom. I took care of my kids. I was, whatever. I've always had a corporate job. I'm a nurse. I've done stuff. So I've done everything the way that you're supposed to do. I was my last name. I took my husband's name. I did all of that. But then once I got a divorce, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back and I'm going to figure out Holly Cotton now. My job is done. My kids are raised. My job is done with them. So now I'm here. So no, whoever I come at this chapter in life, like he said, like my name is trademarked. I'm not gonna, I'm not doing, and then you do that, and then the relationship and we're too old for that now. Like that's how I feel. Like once you get to a certain age, I don't need your name to define me. And then I don't even, honestly, I never even want to get married again. Like I have no problem with monogamy. I don't want to go off on a whole deep end, but I have no problem with monogamy, but I don't feel the need of the legalities of a marriage anymore. Like it's a certificate. And I start debating, especially with men about this. And then they're like, oh, well, then this and that and this and that. And then they start going down like, well, you don't have to change your last name. Well, I mean, it's not like you got to do that. And I'm like, okay, so again, here you are. Now you are negotiating things that used to be non-negotiable to be married. But now if you're taking away all of these things, because what was the whole point of getting married? To take their name. Yeah. But now you're already like, well, I mean, you could keep your name. So bam, number one, you're already there. The whole thing, combining incomes, being a power couple, doing that, which you already said, but with a prenup. So you already, now you're doing the negotiable right here. Now you're like, but I got a way out and you taking your crap and I'm taking mine. And so you already are, you know what I'm saying? So why even go through all of that at my age, my big age? But for whoever else, I love it for y'all. Knock yourself out.
If you got married again, would you get a prenup?
I'm not getting married again, but if I did, definitely. Oh yeah, definitely.
So do you think women can be gold diggers? Is there any such thing as a gold digger?
Definitely.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Why? You don't think women can be gold diggers?
Miss Cotton. No.
Okay.
I guess to a certain
I'm about to be one myself. This whole independent woman thing is for the birds.
to a certain extent, but I just mean that in a way, like you said, I think women should date for money. Like you wanting a man that is able
for money.
Just wanting a man that is able to provide. Like there's nothing.
I think
there's
nothing
wrong with that, but you still gotta like the guy for him though.
But like Holly said, you can grow in love. There's nothing wrong.
Oh my god!
If you
like the guy,
you have to have some attraction.
Obviously,
yes.
No,
he could be ugly as long as he can provide.
But there, like Holly said, there has to be some sort of attraction, something, a little bit.
No. I agree. Okay, so this is my thing on gold diggers. So there are some people. There are some people who only want to be taken care of, and that's a gold digger. So then there are some people that want to be in a relationship, but they want to be able to be taken care of in a relationship. So I don't think those are gold diggers, but I think that the ones that are specifically like, ooh, I think he plays ball, I'm gonna go be with him, or ooh, he looks like he got money over here, so let me go try to have a baby on him, or let me do something. Like I think that's whenever you're talking about gold diggers.
And they sit courtside to get the ball players.
Yeah. Hold on, because I'll be courtside too. We ain't all gold diggers.
Have your mouth open when Steph is.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So like Draya is a gold digger.
Dre? What you say?
Who is that?
Draya.
She
Draya.
No, Draya's smart as hell. First of all, Draya is already is a millionaire. Like, why would she date a broke man? Like, and that's the thing too.
But so
I don't think she's a gold digger. I think she's a money securer.
Okay, let me ask you this then, because Jalen Green is like 19, 20 years old. You know,
he's like 21 or 22.
No, he's like 19. He just got in the NBA.
He's 22.
Thank you. He's legal.
No, I thought he was 21 because her son was 21.
Let me see. Let me pull up Google now.
Her son is 20. Unless he just turned 22.
So you have a son, right? You have a son.
Uh-huh.
So you would be cool with your son at 21, 22 years old getting with a 40-year-old woman
That has a 21-year-old.
That you'll be cool with that?
And she's rich as hell. What's wrong with men being gold diggers too? And here's the thing, like you guys said, Jalen is in the NBA. She's successful. I think it's age is just a number.
And men do it all the time, the other way around.
all the time.
I think I'd be so sad if that was my son.
Yeah, I would.
Like, you could have went with any woman. You could have any woman in the world.
Any
You're
woman
young.
in the world.
She's fine as hell. She's a bikini model.
Okay.
She got bikini.
He's good looking.
In 10
He's
years,
good
how
looking.
old is he going to be?
It
31.
doesn't
How old is she going to
matter.
be in 10 years?
50 years old.
50 years old.
What's wrong with 50-year-olds?
I mean, he's how many kids is he going to have with this chick?
I don't know.
I'm just
You know what I'm
impressed that she's having a baby at 40 with them.
That is
I'm
true.
very
I mean-
impressed that she's willing to mess up her body for him.
That is true.
I mean, that's her whole thing.
I was sad when I heard
that's
it.
a bad example
Yeah.
because I think that, again,
Yeah.
she got money. You got, like, I don't think that now someone that does it, even like Kim and Kanye, they're both global brands. They both have money.
Yeah.
I don't think Kim is a gold digger. She's a money securer.
I-
She ain't gonna date no broke man.
I think a woman, we've already said this, a woman is probably going to date somebody at her level or above.
yeah,
and that's-
parallel or above.
I totally understand that.
Mhm.
Usually.
That's what I say.
So-
You got to be parallel to me or above.
And
I'm not going to
women
fix
will
you
date
and
below,
bring
but
you
I
up.
think it will cause problems. Somewhere where the man is either insecure or the woman
It's a loss
starts
of
barking
respect.
orders.
Mhm.
So,
Definitely.
so
So step your game up and you ain't got to worry about that.
I like Holly.
Wait. So you would be cool with your son dating a 40-year-old at 21?
At that, like Holly said, he's a grown man. Like he's
Ah.
22
Yeah,
and he's a boy.
But the
Like,
thing is, he's like worth $50 million. And this is your son that you
but
did
Draya
everything.
has her money too.
She has 40. She has 40 or 50.
risk it for
Okay,
Draya.
What's her
What do you
net
mean?
worth? I don't think
She don't have no 40
I
or
don't think
50
she, I don't
million
think
dollars.
she's not a multi-millionaire.
Well, Draya.
She's been in a couple of Tubi movies. Like,
Okay, Draya got money. And she's got multiple brands. She's like a. Huh?
10 million? Oh, 10 million?
10
God
million.
damn.
He's worth
Okay.
40 or 50.
So,
That's 4 times.
Parallel
Oh
or
my God.
above. Parallel or
No, I'm talking about for
above.
him. I don't care about her. I'm talking about him.
men don't date that way though.
So when you were young, you never messed with the woman that
I
was
did,
older.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't get her pregnant, and I didn't have kids with her. So
It doesn't matter. Maybe it was a slip up.
it probably was, but
Okay.
I
but
didn't.
you could have had a
So
slip up
when
too.
I was
'cause
19
you
or
were
20, I was on worth 50,
22.
22.
Why does money
No.
change it though? Why does it? So it's okay for you to screw an older woman when you're broke, but not when you have money?
No. I think if you have that, you just said you're a global brand. You got money. You got people depending on you. You got your parents. You got.
Why are your parents involved in what you got?
Because
You're
they're the
22.
First of all, who do you think was toting them around the AAU
I don't
and all
expect
this?
my kids to take
Well,
care
that's
of
you.
me.
That's I mean.
Well,
if-
he probably doesn't either. He
40
probably
or, 40
took
or
care of
$50
mine.
million, you better break me off a mill. or
Okay, I
something.
bought you a house
know,
and paid your debt off.
you know.
Now I'm done with you.
And now you're
I
gonna go
see you
out.
for Christmas and
I don't know. I mean, did you see even the thing where the pictures of him doing that to, like, he was hunching the hunching thing?
Yeah.
He was hunching one of his teammates. That was. See, I mean, I wouldn't
He's
even.
22.
Yeah, he's 22.
He's fun. I
mean-
think it's fun. I'm like, hey, I'll take me a 22-year-old.
That's what I.
Why do I want an old man? Like, why do I want some? Think about, like, if you think
Why?
about the Real Housewives. Like, look at the
You
Real
won't be able
Housewives.
to have a conversation with a 21 or 22-year-old. You just won't. It won't work. Even if he's worth 40 or 50, his brain is still 21.
I get 22.
22.
22. Almost 23. Almost
The only
23.
reason I'm saying because they said her son was 21. Everybody said he was 21. That's the only reason why.
It ain't like it's I'm
Yeah.
not having sex with my
Yeah.
son. I'm having sex with your son. Different. Okay, next
I like
subject.
Holly.
Oh my God.
I like Holly.
This is gonna haunt you.
I like Holly.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, well,
I'm kidding.
everything
I'm
that I
kidding.
say, I stand on
You keep it
100%.
real.
Because
Yeah.
here's my thing. I feel like as women, when we age, there's all these things
Yeah.
that come. Now you're an older woman. Now you got this. Now you get
Yeah.
this. Men, as they age, it's embraced for
I
you to
feel like
age.
There's
Men,
gonna be a bunch of 21-year-olds coming after you.
they do now.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So And
All right.
but still, I'm just saying, I personally am not attracted to older men. I don't like. That's what I was gonna say. If you look at like the Real Housewives of Orange County, Beverly Hills, whatever, all these whatever housewives are, right? They all have these older men because now the men are looking for the trophy wives. So they have these older men. I don't care about that. I have my own money, and even with my friends or someone, they're like, "Girl, he got pockets. His pockets deep." I got pockets too. Like that does not impress me. If I'm not, if I can't.
So you like younger men?
Yes, because I'm young. I like to work out. I feel vibrant. I do stuff. I don't want to go sit around and do nothing. I don't want to go listen to live music every weekend. I want to go do stuff.
What's the youngest would you date?
I don't have a stipulation.
What's the oldest then?
What's the oldest?
Since you,
I don't know. I mean, if they look young and they're hip and fabulous or whatever, and they match my vibe, I don't have that. But you have to be still in shape. You have to match my everything.
All right, so I'm 46. I think I'm in shape. I just played basketball this morning. I'm married, but I'm just saying there's other people my age that are in shape.
Yeah, but it's a rarity.
No, and my wife is a lot younger than me. So
see. So why can't I have a youngin?
I mean, why? Because
I don't want no old man.
Because women are more mature.
Way more mature.
Than guys.
Way more mature than guys.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
But
you can do whatever you want to.
I know, that's what I'm saying. But I can figure out what it is that if you're coming to me and you have certain criteria that I have, these are some of the standards that I want, no matter of age, I can work with some of the things, but there are some of the things that I can't work with.
I think you would have a hard time with a younger guy because of like the immaturity, and then if you tell them something out of wisdom, then you're feminizing them. Just like when you make too much money, and then the guy makes less than you, and then you tell him, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that, even though you're correct, 100% correct, you're almost feminizing him in the back of his head subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you just nodded. She's like, all right.
Maybe you're just insecure and can't take.
I'm not insecure.
Not you with the hypothetical.
No, I look at these situations because they're real. It's real. Like if a woman makes way more than you, then there's probably gonna be problems because
hold on,
he's gonna feel.
There was a video. My girlfriend. I wish I would have saved it. She posted a reel on her story, or she reposted someone's reel, right? And the guy said, "Fellas, let me give y'all some game. If you look at her her profile, and her last 3 highlights are her traveling out of the country, she's not in your league. Like, go ahead. That woman needs somebody she's gonna want to travel." He was like, look at her page before you try to shoot your shot, and now you're disappointed. So again, I think that we all have certain brackets that we're in. There's a lot of women that are my age that are. I could tell you, I see them all the time. They're nowhere near where I am as far as success or whatever. They're happy. They went to college, got a job. They're happy working for the man forever till they do. And that's fine for them. I'm not hating on anyone. Like this grind lifestyle is hard too, but so I'm not, it's just what works for you. So I think that,
What's the least can a man make to
No, I don't know. I don't have that's not like
I feel like once you make 6 figures, you can pretty much, like, you can go to any restaurant you want to. Because when I was making my money or whatever, I feel like I was saving like 50% of my income. And so I could go anywhere I want to. If I want to go to an island somewhere, I can go there. You know what I'm saying? But
what if he was like working at like a fast food?
Oh, hell no. Come on. The fact that you even asked that. No. I parallel or above. First of all, and
so
I've been making 6 figures for 15 years.
But my whole point is that person could take you, I think, could still wine and dine you. 6 figures. Now there's women out there making $200,000-$300,000. I still think you can wine or dine somebody. The only problem, the thing what a guy sees is that when you did that, would the girl look at you as like, I could have did that for myself, or would she really appreciate it?
Well, and I think that's one of the things, because I do make decent money.
Yeah.
And so, but I live very humbly. And so I never talk about finances. I just need you to know I'm not broke. Don't play with me like that. But I do. I've had a couple of 7-figure years already, you know, like, but I don't say that because that's intimidating for a lot of people to come in and feel that way. But that's my personal business, but I don't just go brag about it because now everybody wants money. Now everybody wants, so I keep it quiet, but I live humbly. But when I walk in a room that I ain't broke. So I think that's the expectation. I need you to look like you ain't broke when you around me too.
What's the most you made in a month?
In a month? Oh, like when I could tell you I had a good month. My best month last year was July, and I made like $250 off of just my book sales.
That's the one that just passed?
Mm-hmm.
That was just on books?
Just off of books.
Ooh.
Just books.
What's the most somebody booked you for a speaking engagement?
I'm not telling you all of that. That's too much financial information right there. But just off of books.
How much would you, if I was doing an event, how much would you charge me?
Oh, that's the same question.
It's the same question. So, hypothetical. Say somebody was doing an event.
Yeah.
What would I charge you? It just it depends on what it is. It depends on, and first of all, I'll tell you this. Once you start making money, you realize that money is not what pushes you. Like for me, I feel like I'm okay with having a decent lifestyle. Like you said, I mean, I could live off of 150, 200,000 and be totally fine.
Yeah.
Like just nothing would change in my lifestyle. Like I would be okay. And then, and so I feel that the things that I do, I want it to be impactful. So I don't go to things, I don't participate in things. I get invited to stuff all the time. And it's just like, but what am I putting my face on? Why am I going to this? What am I getting out of this? What is the exchange? Because I'm bringing my energy and my vibes.
Yeah.
So you're going to absorb my energy and vibes, but what is it that I'm getting in return other than just going and showing up? Like I want to make sure that, is this something for a good cause or whatever it is? So I take all of those things into consideration as well. So if I'm going to speak at an event or if I'm on a panel or whatever, how is this? Am I giving back? Am I doing something? Because some of the stuff is almost like charity because I'm like, hey, I just wrote a book about cancer and poof, here we are, So I could have just still been a nurse, which I was making good money as a nurse or decent money as a nurse, but I mean, it's a little bit better on this side too.
So that's what happened? You wrote a book and then you like quit your job?
No, I still have my day job.
Oh, okay.
I still so when you're a licensed professional, you have to have hours or you'll lose your license. So you still have to have clinical hours, practice hours. So I still practice as a nurse. I still have a day job, but I mean I work from home and I'm a manager. So I just basically answer a few emails. But my because I just work off of a laptop, I work from anywhere in the world that has Wi-Fi. I'm not confined to I'm not touching people anymore. And then I teach a class like once or twice a year, just because for me, I felt like that's my way of giving back. When I went to nursing school, I had a terrible professor, and I was like, when I get my master's, I'm going to be a teacher. I want to be a professor, and I want to teach nursing so no one else has this. So that's my way of giving back as well. So everything that I do, like I said, I just try and be the change. How can I impact people's life for the better?
What made you move to Houston?
So honestly, I'm from Louisiana, born and raised, and then I lived in DMV for a few years, Virginia for a few, Maryland for a few, and then I hated how cold it was, but I knew I never was going to live back in Louisiana.
Are you Creole?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and so I never wanted to move back to Louisiana. It's like terrible. There's no cost of living, no paying, whatever. And then so definitely didn't want to go any of those states, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Atlanta, everybody in my way. So then I was like, maybe Texas. And then I was like, and my dad actually lived in the Woodlands, so I just moved here. So I've been here ever since.
How long were you married?
A long time. Quit trying to put my age out there.
So what do you say to women who are approaching 30 and they have this rhetoric that once you hit your 30s, life is over, especially if you're not married? What do you have to say to those women who are approaching 30, haven't gotten married?
I say that to anyone. I say that the same thing to women approaching 82 as I would with a 30-year-old. Your life is what you make it. And you get to choose every day the life that you want to live. And whether that be based off of a bad decision from yesterday, we all do it. We all screw up. We all have F-ups. Like, that's just life in general. But what are we going to do with that? How are we going to learn from it? How do you define the life that you want to live? People ask me all the time, what do you do for fun? And I'm like, my life is fun. I don't do anything that's not fun. I don't eat anything I don't want to eat. I'm not forced to do anything. If something I don't want to do, I say no. Like those are all things. I have a fun life. So for me, the life that the pressure of 30 to the pressure of 82, you define your life every day. Every day I wake up and I'm like, am I going to be better than the version of me I was yesterday? Or am I going to go back that way? Am I going to use something that triggered me today and go back to who I was 5 years ago or 10 years ago? Or am I going to be a better person today? And I think that's what it is. You just keep building good days on better days on best days. And then you wind up all of a sudden having a great life. And you're like, wow, like whether it be 20, I'm having a great life, or I decide at 72, I ain't taking nobody's crap no more going forward. Now you have your best life at 72. It just depends on you.
Okay.
Would you be mad if your parent, I mean, not your parent, your kids didn't want to be an entrepreneur, like they wanted like a 9 to 5?
No, they don't have to do what I do. And they do. And I want my kids to be independent and figure out life on their own. This is just the life that I chose for me. Again, the biggest measurement of success for me as a parent is my kids being happy and not needing me. So when you don't need me and you don't need a mom, hey, I need you for this, or hey mom, how can I fix this situation? Whatever. When you're calling me and you're saying, Mom, this happened, and I remembered when you told me about something, and now today I fixed that. That to me is, I don't care about anything else you do. Like, those are the things I'm like, oh, I can die in peace because y'all can be by yourself.
That's funny. My mom used to say that. She's like, I can't wait. I'm so glad that my kids are self-supporting. I'm like, was that your standard, that we're self-supporting and we can do stuff on our own? But that's what she said. I kind of understand that now. So
yeah, that's the whole point. It's like, because for me, that means that I've done it's just like when the mama bird, she pushes the baby out of the nest, right? You're like, oh Lord, I hope the baby don't die. But then the baby, what is it? They just soar, and you're like, oh, I did it right. I didn't. Bye, baby. Bye.
Where you see yourself in 5 years?
I have so many places I see myself in 5. It just depends on what day of the week I wake up on. So some days I see myself on the vineyard with Obama. Some days I see myself naked in a cabana in the Bahamas. It just depends on what day I'm on. But all of them, I'm just happy. Like, I just see myself always being happy. If I am happy, if I can wake up, I am happy. Like, I'm telling you, when you're a cancer survivor and you realize, and I could tell you I meet women all the time. Not only that, but I'm cancer advocate, period. So I have prostate cancer, colon cancer, lung cancer, and I've had so many people that I have met that died. They go and they get re-diagnosed, or they were in remission, and now I can die. Like, I can have, I feel like I'm going along with life right now, and I can go to the doctor and be like, oh, hey, you got this kind of cancer now. You got something in your armpit, or you got brain cancer. Who knows? It could metastasize anywhere. So I live every day like it's my last day. So I think that, as for me, being alive, being happy, doing what I want to do, that's success for me. So money is bullshit.
Was your attitude the same before cancer, or was this curse a blessing?
It was both. So I did have that whole attitude of, I'm not doing anything that's not fun and whatever. I was always that way because that's just my personality. But then I realized the importance of living it. And I think that's the thing. We all have these thoughts in our head, and we're like, oh, I wanted to act, even as a woman, oh, I'm gonna start dressing cute, like it's in your head, and you're like, you know what? Every time I go out, I look frumpy. I never look put together. I'm gonna start dressing cute. okay, now I have a closet full of clothes, but I still wear the same 3 outfits, you know? So you have to be intentional about it. And I think once you shift that to where everything you do is intentional, then those things just become your daily habits. Those become your patterns that you have now. So I think for me, it was like a wake up call, you know? It was like, wow, are you really going to keep those things in your head and not do them? And then for me, I'm not afraid of failure, which a lot of people are. And I think a lot of people, it stops them from doing stuff. And I actually was a speaker at an event not long ago, and someone asked me about that. And I was like, I think one of the keys to my success at whatever it is, I don't care what it is. I can go tightrope walking and I'm gonna make it work. Like I've never done it before, but for me, I don't care. Failure is not, if I fall off, I'm like, oh shoot, let me try again. But I'm gonna do it like this now. And that's the way my thought process is for everything in life. I'm like, ooh, well, that didn't work, but I still want to do that. Let me do it. Let me try it again. Now I know, don't do it that way. Do it this way. But the problem is everyone thinks, oh, I gotta learn how to do it first. I have to know how to do it. It's got to be perfect. I have to have the right shoes or the right this or the right that before I can do it. And for me, I'm like, F it. Let me see how it works. All right, let's go for it.
Your real estate houses, are they all in Houston or are they like
all over?
All over? So like in Virginia or?
No, Virginia is not there. So Detroit, of course I have some stuff here in Houston. I have lots of stuff in Louisiana, Mississippi, and then some stuff in Florida.
How many you have in total?
I probably have 10 duplexes in my portfolio right now, and I have a triplex, and then I'm working on something else because then those are things that I like because then I can rent those out multiple ways. And if my kids ever want to live on one side, rent the other side.
Oh, wow.
So I prefer like the multi-unit properties rather than just getting a house and renting it out.
Are you gonna put that like in trust?
Yeah, so it is in trust.
Okay,
so
cool.
I have all of that. I have a friend, as soon as I started making money, I was like, what I'm supposed to do with these things now? I think I done crossed over here. So I have a friend that owns a bank as well. So, she gave me a lot of advice as well as having accountants and,
So if they divorce, they spouse can't take none of the properties.
If it's in a trust.
Yeah, if it's in a trust in their name.
Okay.
Should be, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we had somebody on the list. She's like, I don't worry about prenups. Everything's in a trust. So that's pretty smart.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Well, I ain't got to worry about prenups because I ain't married again. But yes.
That's what you thinking.
I'm not.
Somebody's peeping game.
I got it.
Studying you.
So
watching this
if you
podcast.
found someone that you liked and you're dating, and you would just tell him, I'm not interested in getting married.
Again, I believe in monogamy. I have no problem being the faithful, loyal girlfriend. I would love the hell out of you. Like, I'm a great partner. I will. We're going to go travel. We're going to do the world. We're going to do all of this, whatever. I don't need the legalities of it. A divorce is messy. It's expensive. It takes a lot of stuff. It's, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot that comes with the divorce. So for me, I'm like, hey, we can cohabitate. We can do this, whatever. Like, I'm great. We can do all the relationship-y stuff. I don't need to be in the streets. I ain't got to do this. I'm all great with monogamy. I just don't need the legalities of marriage.
That's what Lala Anthony said. She said it's easy to get married. It's harder to get out of it.
Yes, it is. And then you got to do that. Then your name changed and this and that. And then, like you said, finances and this and that and whatever and properties or whatever. Just my opinion.
I got one more question.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Lord.
So
he been thinking too. I'm worried.
So your daughter, say your daughter 22 years old. And she's dating a guy like Ron's age, like 40 something. Would you'll be cool with that?
It's not my business. She's 22. She's grown.
22. Okay, that's cool.
I mean, I wasn't no good girl my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let Holly Cotton right here fool you. I was out in the streets when I was young too. I mean, I don't know how old was the oldest guy I messed with, but I mean, I'm sure I dated older guys.
Okay.
For me, I would say that like you would have to like impart wisdom. Like, okay, in 20 years, this dude's gonna be 66. You're gonna be, you're 40? Are you willing
But
to?
I know a lot
Yeah.
of 60-year-olds that are still fine and hip. Like I don't.
Well, I mean,
I think it's just
yeah,
how they carry
yeah,
themselves. As
yeah.
long as you don't have a debilitating stroke or something.
Well, I mean, you
should
don't know.
still be
The older
highly
you get, the
functioning.
more chance there is stuff like that. So
Mhm.
that's what I would say. Hey, as long as you wanted it, but you got to understand that. You know,
My
you
dad is
might
like
have help-
25 years older than his girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah, like my dad.
But that's the risk, though.
I think they're like 20-something years
Yeah.
different. So
Wow.
take that back to she was 20 and he was 40. So, she was 40 and he was 60. So whatever it is, it's still 20 years apart.
My dad's done that. My stepmom, when I was probably like 10, my stepmom was like 20. My dad was 40.
So then that was someone's daughter right there.
They're
He
not.
was
They're
molesting.
not together today.
It doesn't matter. I'm just
They're
saying.
not together today.
So if Victor Wembanyama, he's like what, 18 years old? If he wanted to talk, you would talk to him. If you want to talk to him,
18, no, I'm not
Does she
doing
know who
18.
that is?
No, but I'm not.
That dude is like 7'6" or something.
he's like 7'4".
Oh no! I mean, I don't care about. I'm 5'8.5", so I always have. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
taller men anyway because
Yeah.
I like to wear
I mean,
heels.
that's ridiculous though.
But yeah, no, I don't want anyone that young. Like
So what's the youngest?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. It depends. First of all, it depends on if you fine, because just because you young and got money doesn't impress me. Again, I'm like, I gotta have some chemistry. I gotta be attracted to you. I'm not.
Imagine the conversation though with like if you're your late 30s or you're 40 and then you're having a conversation with a 21-year-old. Like
Yeah, so I'm not
Just to
20,
imagine-
not 21. I'm maybe late. How old are you? 29?
29, about to be 29. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe 28. 28 and above, maybe, I think.
So as young as 28.
I probably could.
I think they said you was cool with dating Jalen Green. He was like 22.
I don't think Jalen is attractive. I was saying in that situation, it's great for them, whatever. But I have tons of NBA players that want to wife me up right now, and so they got to be early 20s and they're in the NBA.
What's their names?
Name drop.
I never disclose that. Never.
Do rappers be in your DMs too?
Mhm.
From Houston, like all over America?
All over the world.
Would you date a rapper?
I wouldn't date necessarily a rapper. I would date an artist that has also sort of segued into entrepreneurship. Like you started off as a street rapper, or you started off with record, and now you have a brand. Now you're doing this. Now you do this. Now you have that. So like I would definitely be open to someone that is doing more than just rapping. An artist and entrepreneur. I'd be open to that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool.
Like Rick Ross.
FYI. Yeah, but somebody that's I'm attracted to.
Hey,
I ain't
you
taking-
really stuck on this attraction thing, aren't you?
Yes, chemistry is huge
You want to look
for
cute
me.
with them.
Would you date?
Y'all wanna be a cute couple.
No. It's not that.
Yeah.
I don't care about the aesthetics of how we look together. I care about who I'm attracted to
Okay.
physically.
Yeah,
So for
yeah.
me, chemistry is huge. So I have to be able to, because I believe sex is a huge portion of a relationship. I believe affection and intimacy is a huge part of that as
Yeah.
well. So if I'm not attracted to you and you sit next to me and put your hand on my leg, I'm already like,
cringing.
But for
Yeah.
me, I love to be touched like that. I love the embracing part. I love to hold hands. I love to play and do all of this stuff. And of course, like I said, sex, let's be honest.
Yeah.
So if I don't want any of that stuff, since that's so huge for me, I need to be attracted to you. So I can't just go just because you're whoever
Right.
that was.
Would you date Jay-Z?
Man.
I'm not attracted to Jay-Z.
Jay-Z's not it.
I want to be attracted to the person that I'm. Did you? So that's.
I mean, I don't know if you find him attractive.
No, the question that you should say is that, are you attracted to so-and-so? Because that would dictate whether or not I would date them or not.
Okay.
So I'm not dating anyone just because that's their name or that's what it is. Again, I would have to have attraction. And some people, I've been in situations where I was like, ooh, he can get it, yeah, and then I have a conversation with them because I'm at an event together, and I'm like, oh,
Would you date somebody shorter than you?
no, never.
Really?
God, no.
You're pretty tall.
That's
That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying that's like a lot.
So
the average height for a man is what, 5'9"?
So like
Not in the NBA.
5'10", yeah.
Not in the NBA. Oh, okay, 6'8".
All
Oh,
right,
my
just
goodness.
saying that it made NBA groupie.
So
yeah.
you wouldn't date Chris Senegal? You wouldn't date
No.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
attracted to him either. I mean, I think he's a great guy. But here's the thing. That's the whole great thing about life. You don't have to be attracted. People aren't attracted to me. People say I have a Joker smile. I may not have a big booty for you. I may not do this. Some people, whatever. Like, everybody has something. They might not think I'm attractive. I'm not going to say, oh, okay. We still cool. I don't just because you don't want me doesn't mean it's gonna hurt my feelings. We still can hang out.
So what's the shortest would you date?
5'8".
5'10".
5'10"?
At least, because that's these shoes right here. I'm already 5'10" with a little lift on my Yeezys. Like that's it.
Okay. So he got to be over 5'10".
Or is this? Oh
my God.
He said he has a matchmaking service. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we brought you on here for. Hey guys,
it.
come on now.
Yeah, I want to. So I dress up a lot and I do a lot of events and I love to wear heels. So like I'm going to an event after this and I have heels. So I don't want to be somewhere where I, and short men always say, because I meet guys all the time and I'm like, sir, you're right here, and they're like, I don't care, wear your heels, I love it. And I'm like, but I don't. Like for me, I like to feel protected. And I work out a lot. So I like to feel that I can come down from me always being, ripped Holly. I want to come down and be feminine. So even though I have muscles and I like to work out, I also want to be feminine. And I have to be able to submit to you, knowing that you can take care of me and I feel safe. And for me, height comes with that because I'm so tall and I have such a big frame. I need you to make me feel comfortable where I can be in my feminine state.
Was your ex-husband a lot taller than you?
No, he was like 5'10".
5'10"? Oh, okay. It's funny. You would think Mario was short because you always sticking up for the short guy. He's like 6'3".
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, so.
But my son is taller than me. My son is like 6'2" or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my mom was 5'11", so he got the height gene.
I got a lot of short homies. That's why.
No, thank you. Don't be sliding in my DM. Don't be sliding in my DM. Yeah.
So what do you like to do for fun other than just wake up in the morning and be happy?
I love fun. I love everything. I love anything.
I know you like to travel.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I didn't have to ask. I just know it.
I do. My last 3 highlights, I just... Barcelona. Oh, Lawrence bit. We just went to Barcelona for
Who's
Christmas.
We?
My daughter.
Oh.
I usually take her. My son,
okay.
He has
Would you travel by yourself?
Oh, I travel by myself. I just went to Mexico.
Do you go to those retreats or do you just go by yourself?
I go by myself.
Really?
Like
good for you.
Yeah, like literally like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I was like, it was like on a Tuesday and I was like, let me look at some flights.
That's cool. That's cool.
So Friday I was in.
I always got to go with somebody.
Mexico. No, see, for me, I embrace that time because I feel like all my jobs, I'm talking to people, I'm around people, I have to be Holly Cotton, I'm sashaying, I'm in, hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? Blah, 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 blah. So for me,
that's awesome. That's good.
Just sit in the swing.
Y'all got any more questions? You good?
No,
it's a pleasure.
Yapped for too long.
Man, thank
you. Energy.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yes, of course.
We need to get you an energy drink or something like that to promote because you definitely bring the energy.
I do. That's why people pay me to come out as influencer. I'm like, I bring the vibes. People are like, what you doing here? They paid me.
So if I get an event, you gonna give me a discount? Or?
Sure. I mean, as long as it's something good.
No, I'm trying to have like a 3-day event.
Okay.
You cool? Okay.
I don't talk business on the air. Okay. But okay.
That's cool.
You want to tell them where they can find you? And your books?
I'm super easy. Holly Cotton. Real name. HOLLYCOTTON. You can Google me. All of my social medias are Holly Cotton. TikTok, Instagram, I'm Holly Cotton _ verified. So just look for the Holly Cotton with the blue check.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.